Yes, Nigeria versus DR Congo yesterday. Um, the Super Eagles, honestly, it was a very disappointing result at the end of the game. I mean, this was a game where we should have done a lot better in this game. And in the second half, in fact, there was nothing to write home about it. The first half was a little bit even better, yeah, with players and all that. And then second half was just so poor. Like the the DR Congo side came in with a lot of power, a lot of quality, a lot of zeal to win the game, and they totally dominated the game in that second half. And in fact, at some point, it was looking like we didn't even have chances to even hold on the ball to get one or two strings from one or two passes here and there. And in fact, the midfield collapsed. So they took over the midfield. They took over our midfield. The midfield wasn't there at all. After those changes that were done. So the coach didn't even help matters on this. The coach didn't help matters on this one. And then I would say that there were a lot of mistakes made in this game. The first one was the Osimhen one, but it looks like at the end of the day that he wasn't really fit to go on in that game. I mean, he also has a game back at Galatasaray, which he'll be needing to attend to. That was the first, problem. I mean, even though this is a player that is an athlete, and even though he's not having a good game, even though he's not having a good game on a very good day, like just his presence alone in that field changes a lot for the Super Eagles. And the moment he left, you can see the pressure, you can see how everything just began to just go bad and bad. And at the end, the DR Congo side were well deserving of it. It was a game at the end went to penalties, and in the penalties we all know that it's a game, it's anybody's game. So at that moment, so the Super Eagles could win, the DR Congo side could win. Now the first penalty taker, it started from us, and in this kind of game, it's sometimes good for one side to start before one side. Like for instance, it made a lot of sense for the Super Eagles to have started the kickoff. And I mean, if we would have scored that, would have put a lot of pressure in the DR Congo side, would have putting them under a lot of pressure. But it's also pressure when a particular side is kicking the penalty first. There's always pressure. It's not always easy. But they went ahead to give it to somebody that doesn't even have the experience for it. Yeah, I mean, this was a game where they would adapt. Towards before the moment of the penalties, somebody like Twist Ekon would have been brought in. Like they would have brought him to play that penalty. He would have been the one to open the floor for the penalty because he's a good penalty taker. Yeah, he's a good penalty taker, better than the first player they took, which is Bassi. Okay, now that first one went down, no problem. The DR Congo side had their chance to go ahead to get their first goal in that game, in which, of course, Nwabali saved that goal. Now, by saving that, it's brought down less pressure for the Super Eagles side, and we were just supposed to take that. This was a moment where we had to score that goal, but of course, Moses Simon came in and then just roofed the ball. I don't know how. I don't know. Like some of these players, I don't know. Penalty is not an easy thing to take here, but I don't know how sometimes some of these players do their thing. Like, how can you roof a penalty like that? I didn't even leveled it. That okay, maybe the goalkeeper, I was able to save it and all that. It would have been better, but you roofed this thing, and then the whole pressure came back to the Super Eagles side, and of course, the next player came in. They still even didn't score. Wabali saved again 2 times. And of course, happily, eventually, the next player that came, Akko Adams, was able to score and give us the lead. We had one goal by then, and then the DR Congo side came in. We were expecting that you miss it, but kept on. He scored, and then where the whole thing just happened was bringing another defender again to come and play penalty, when this was just one goal short. If you miss this one, the next person that is coming in, the opponent team that is coming in, if they score, they are going to be winning it. You went and brought someone that doesn't even have confidence in himself. You understand? It's so sad. I mean, of course, we have midfielders, we have attackers there. How can you be using defenders to be playing such something like that? He used a couple of defenders to be playing penalties. People that don't even have confidence in themselves. You can see how he was shaking before he even took the penalty, and then just went ahead and threw the penalty away. So it was a very terrible game, and the saddest part about the whole situation is that currently we are out of it. We are currently totally out of it now. DR Congo will be going ahead to. I'm sure they must be enjoying their $1 million each now. They'll be chilling, throwing a party, because you can see how excited they was. They were promised $1 million each once they are able to qualify for the World Cup. So they are there, and they're just there. In fact, that should be the best, one of the best motivations you can ever have to give to a team. And of course, it was fantastic. It was fantastic, and congratulations to DR Congo, as they have went ahead to qualify. But for the Super Eagles side, it's quite unfortunate that we could not qualify for that, and it's better. Because there's nothing that would have even got to go and do in the World Cup. You don't get anything we want to do, but the comforts that it gives you, just us qualifying. At least let's just qualify. Even though in the group stage we are knocked out, but qualifying, at least just showing up that Nigeria qualified for World Cup. When you get there, anything that happens, fine. But we can't even qualify. Don't worry. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. That's it. Well, peace out. That's it.